Consultancies pay for your sessions. Corporates pay for risk reversal. Guess who ends up with a bigger paycheck and longer contracts? When you're subcontracting, you're paid for your skills. But when you sell direct, you're paid for risk reversal. Now, I know what typically happens. You get hired by a consultancy, you go into a training room or a coaching session and you hear all the problems and all the context and all the drama, and you focus on the person because that's what we're trained to do. You help them overcome their limiting beliefs, you help them work better with each other, you help them show up as a better version of themselves. And the consultancy gets all of the credit. For the first 8 years in business, I was that subcontractor. I even hit 6 figures, but I couldn't generate my own business. I couldn't create my own independent practice. I was completely on the whim of other people's ability to generate work. And my calendar lived or died at the whim of somebody else's sales deck. And I know exactly where this happened for me. When I did my coach training, I was told to focus on the person, not the problem. And that's why your independent practice is stalled. As a subcontractor, you're essentially paid to be good with people. But as a business owner, you get paid to remove risk. So if your offer is really heart-led, but it doesn't solve a real business problem, it's going to be dead on arrival. The consultancies already did the commercial job. They sold a solution to a real problem and they hired you in as the talent. And I only really built my own practice when I stopped thinking about how I'm just good with people and started to really think about what risks can I take off the table for my clients. So if you're listening to this and wincing a little bit, here's some homework I want to give to you. Take your favorite offer and rewrite it using this following sentence. I help clients avoid, where client is who your client is. So I help chief financial officers avoid. And then replace it with the biggest real world risk that they are terrified of. And if you can't finish that sentence, that is probably the root cause of why your pipeline is stalled. If you enjoyed that, then share it with a leadership coach that's brilliant in the room, but invisible on proposals.